The AICPA Code of Professional Conduct may seem like a dry set of rules, but it's the ethical foundation that serves as the moral compass for accountants and auditors. These principles apply whether you're in private practice or working with a public company and help ensure the work we do is not only accurate, but ethical, transparent, and trustworthy. Before the implementation of SOX, the AICPA's Auditing Standards Board ASB set generally accepted auditing standards for all audits. After SOX, the PCAOB took over for public companies, creating a split where the ASB continues to set generally accepted auditing standards for private companies, with PCAOB standards becoming the stricter standard for public entities to prevent fraud. PCAOBs are more rules-based and prescriptive, strengthened after scandals like Enron, and requiring more detailed documentation and procedures. ASBs are traditionally more principle-based, but have been converging, adding requirements for things like communicating unusual transactions and uncorrected misstatements. Now, in terms of the professional code of conduct, public company auditors are subject to stricter rules for investor protections, SEC oversight, more rigorous documentation, independence, and detailed internal control testing for internal controls over financial reporting, ICFR. While private company auditors serve owners or lenders with focus on GAAP compliance with less stringent, yet still ethical standards. Public audits demand higher levels of skepticism and detail due to the vast public interest impacting sampling, risk assessment, and transparency. So here's where it gets interesting. The AICPA Code is based on 6 key principles that act as aspirational goals for everything auditors do. Responsibilities, public interest, integrity, objectivity and independence, due care, and the scope and nature of services. These principles aren't just for auditors, though. These principles of professional conduct apply to all members, regardless of whether the accountant audits companies, prepares tax returns, works for a private company, or is an educator. These principles flow to the rules of conduct, and from the rules of conduct, we get more granular in terms of interpretation as well as rulings by the Professional Ethics Executive Committee. So let's review the principles in more detail so that you know what the AICPA and the profession as a whole expects from you. The principle of responsibilities is about ethical judgment, thinking critically, and making decisions based on what's right, not what's easiest. System 2 rather than System 1 thinking. Whether you're analyzing numbers for a big client or teaching the next generation of accountants, your actions speak louder than words. Ask questions if you're unsure about a case or a situation. It's okay to not know everything, but it's not okay to ignore your responsibilities. You're responsible to the public, your clients, and your profession. So act with integrity and proficiency at all times. Think of it as being the guardian of the profession. You've got a duty to protect the profession's integrity. You really owe it to yourself and to other accountants and auditors to demonstrate professional and ethical judgment at all times. Public interest principle requires you to prioritize the broader community, clients, investors, employers, government, over personal gain, even when facing conflicting pressures. You are required to maintain the confidence that people place in the accounting profession by delivering reliable and objective services and demonstrating your dedication to maintaining professional standards. In other words, don't discredit the profession. And it's good to remind yourself, if your work were on the front page of the news, would you be proud of it? Integrity means doing the right thing, even when nobody is looking. It's about building and maintaining trust. Don't take shortcuts and ask yourself, would I be proud if this action were made public? If the answer is yes, then you're on the right track. Integrity isn't just a principle, it's a lifestyle. When in doubt, do the right thing, always. The principle of objectivity and independence tells us that we have to stay impartial, neutral, avoid conflicts of interest, and maintain independence. In public practice, that means you have to be independent in fact, meaning you actually are, and in appearance, others believe you are. Did you know that if you're an internal auditor working at a company, you can't actually own company stock? Your independence is only compromised if there is a real conflict of interest. Objectivity means keeping your judgment neutral. You're not a cheerleader for any side. You're simply reporting the facts. The key is being impartial, honest, and that there is no conflict of interest. Do care is all about competence and continuous improvement, staying sharp and up to date with technical and ethical standards. Whether it's through continuing education, learning from experts, or conducting research, you need to make sure you're always at your best. You wouldn't go to a doctor who stopped learning, right? Remember, don't ever act negligently. Always plan properly for your engagement, supervise staff, and execute your duties with care. Your professional reputation depends on it. Know your limits. Only provide services you're qualified to perform. If something is out of your skill set, seek help from an expert. You're not alone in this. If you work in a firm, the firm will have quality control procedures in place to ensure services are being delivered competently. And when deciding the scope of your services, remember if you're auditing a client, you can't offer services that could create a conflict of interest. You have to maintain a clear boundary between audit work and other services. The AICPA principles of professional conduct aren't just rules. They are the foundation of your profession's credibility. Our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and due care is precisely what inspires public trust. By upholding these principles in every engagement, we not only protect our clients and the public interest, but also ensure the continued respect and value of the CPA designation.